Well, I chose to take this seat back here because I have a little time to kind of present to you guys also. And not all of you know my story, although I'm really proud of my story. My first Monetize, this is kind of the seat they gave me. I complained so much, they went ahead and eventually gave me a job, I guess. But I say that jokingly, and actually they did invite me to speak at the first Monetize. But I was a customer. I was a customer for a number of years. I was running a program that had very little buy-in, had very little support, had a ton of challenges. But I want to walk you through my story a little bit. Those are actually photos from the user summit and the Monetize that we did. And you can see I became closer and closer to becoming a Gagey, I guess. But the challenge, or what I was experiencing, was I would show up to Monetize and I would participate in everything they offered. If it was a 4-day event with workshops, a boat ride in the rain with garbage bags over our head, it did not matter. I was there because I was bought in. I believed in what they were saying. I really did. But here was the challenge. And I know you guys are feeling this right now. A lot of you are feeling like, okay, these stories seem great. Sure. Yes, I believe you. Yes, we're all excited. I see the phones go up every time there's a really powerful slide. I'm going to show my boss this. And this is going to get him bought in. But what happens when we get back? Well, first off, how do you bring the learnings back, right? One person, one voice, with 3 days of photographs and slides. No one ever has enough time for you to download 3 days of events. How do you create the excitement? I heard excitement in this room all day today. I'm not going to say this because I have to, but this has been my favorite Monetize so far, and I've been to 4, right? So they're exciting. They're motivating. They're inspirational because of you guys, not because of us. We tell your story. That's our power. We take all of your successes and we bake it into our solution. It's one of our secret sauce things. That's why some companies aren't as good as they think they are, because they don't tell their customer story. We do, and we celebrate it. How do you encourage the front line? Anyone that knows me, there's two, and I'm glad we heard this all day today. The employee, the team that is out front, busting their ass to make it successful. Yeah, it might be for themselves to get a paycheck, but it's to make the organization better. That's where it lies, guys. Yes, get upper leadership buy-in. Yes, you need your managers and all the people who make decisions to be bought in. But if your front line is not bought in, if you can't change behaviors there, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle hard. Because every time they're face-to-face with a customer, they're slowly chiseling away at your organization's success. And then how do I help my company grow? Well, again, if anyone's been on a call with me, you know I talk about how to help companies grow, right? It's about monetize. It's about money. If anyone in here tells me they're not here because the bottom line is not the #1 factor, you're lying. It's okay. Even nonprofits have to be profitable to keep their doors open. It's okay to tie money to your program. I'm giving you that permission right now. I'm actually telling you again, I said this yesterday, I'll say it again. You will go extinct if you don't find a way to monetize your programs and your initiatives. Okay, so those are the challenges. I'm all about overcoming challenges or taking those on as opportunities. And that's what I would like to introduce to you, the Playbooks. Now, you heard Adam earlier talk about, he's a music fan. So he changed my Playbooks to playlist. I love that. But you're gonna also see some other stuff up here. I'm actually a food fan, you could probably tell. But I love recipes, I love cooking. So we baked in some success in here, and I wanna show you a little bit of kind of what my journey was when I got back. But the challenge I took, and I have to say, Adam, Camila, and really the whole Gagey family really took a gamble on me. They said, we want to do what you're doing, and we want you to do that for everyone you possibly can, and for ourselves. We had to drink our own champagne, but more than so, I had to share that story with you guys and find a way for you guys to empower your teams to have success. So that was kind of the birth of the Playbooks. Couldn't we actually put it together and put it in the hands of everybody? And I do mean everybody. More than half the people in our academy right now are not even CustomerGauge customers. Everyone in this room is now part of our family. Why? Couple reasons. You got certifications. Everyone in here has a free pass. You got your ticket to come. So you'll be able to jump in our academy and experience this firsthand. We're not going to keep it from anyone. We love sharing information. We do want to make the world a better place. We really do. While we make money. But here's this journey. You've been hearing this over and over again. And if you haven't figured this out, everyone that gets on the stage is talking about this journey that our customers go through. And it's not just a destination that we're trying to get to. It's a cycle. Measure, act, grow, culture. We've been talking about it over and over and over again. Your program has to have every single one of these pieces to be successful. The programs that we see excel are focused on all these. They might not be great at the beginning. They might even be great 10 years into it. But they constantly go back and work on these 4 areas. So that's what we did. We took these 4 areas and we said, what can we do to help our customers and our non-customers to be successful? There we go. So here's Cary's day when he gets back from Monetize, all excited and jazzed and super excited, opens up his dashboard and what's happening? I have a declining NPS score. My responses are going down. No one's bought in. They were excited at the beginning because their boss told them they had to, but it just wasn't happening. We were missing something. So what did we do? We baked it into the platform. We actually put our academy right in the platform for you. Every piece of content, every learning, customer story, we baked it into the academy. If anyone's been in there, you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. But the beauty of this, 1 click away, 2 clicks away maybe? There we go. We'll bring you right to your dashboard. And as you can see, it's glowing up there. You get access to all 4 playbooks. We're not holding back secrets. We don't want you to be marginally successful. We want you to be hugely successful. And that's why we bake that in there. There's a ton of stuff in the academy. But what I want to talk about a little bit is those playbooks and why we think they're so powerful. The first thing we did is, and this is one of the mistakes a lot of companies make. I think leaders do this all the time. They tell you what to do. I need you to go out and increase our NPS by 10 points. Well, if it was that easy, I'd be doing it already, wouldn't I? We need you to increase our retention by 17%. If I knew that, I wouldn't be working here probably, you know? And they don't tell us how. They don't give us the tools. And they don't give us the tools to get buy-in to help us do that. So the first thing we looked at in the playbooks was, how can we give you the whys behind what we are asking you guys to do? So, well, yeah, we're going to tell you what to do or what you should do, but we're going to tell you why. So we share that. That's from the mouth of people who are doing it well. Then we go in and we talk about what it looks like. We literally show you the data. If you have not downloaded or grabbed a copy of our B2B benchmarks report, if you take one note away from this whole exercise, please write that down to make sure you download it and have a copy of it. Seriously, if you took that one guide, it would put you on the right path to having success. It's a phenomenal tool. And we pulled the data right out of that and put that in there. And then the last piece is, who is having success? Don't buy it from me because you think all I want to do is sell you something. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, but I want you to be successful. We took your stories and baked them in there. There's going to be some pleasant surprises when you guys go in there, but we've done 2 years of awards and great stories and podcasts and case studies. They are baked into the playbooks now, so you guys will have real proof of how to do it and who's having success. But we didn't stop there. We went a step further. Ooh, we put me in there. But we do have a lot of expertise. We are going to tell you stories. We are going to show you step by step on how to gain success. We're not just going to tell you what to do. We're going to show you how. But how does this help? How does this help you overcome those challenges? So let's go back to those challenges for a second. How to bring back the events and learnings. Listen, I know someone's going to get mad at me for saying this. I don't care if you use CustomerGauge Academy or not. I care that you go back and do something. You're going to realize that we have what you need eventually. I know it because I meet you all the time and I see the excitement. But do something. You have to give the entire team access to best practices. It's not just for a couple of people. It's not for a manager or one department. You have to give the tools. If you are not investing in training and development now, in one way or another, and it doesn't have to be money, it could be time. Take the time to empower your team. That's what the playbooks will do. You can literally put these playbooks in everybody's hand. Give them access to the platform. They can log right in. It's at their fingertips. You don't hold back. It is amazing to see when people log in. We have a new customer come on. We see their whole team start to log in. And it's like this snowball effect. Where's Vistra? Are they over here on this? I'm blind, I can't see anything. But CCH, Wabi, I can go down the list of these different companies and initiatives and departments. When the first person comes in, they start going, we know that company's gonna be successful because they're giving power to everybody. Program and individual recognition. We've heard this day in, day out. We don't do enough of this. Celebrate the wins, right? If you wanna change behaviors, identify what's good. The academy and the playbook will let you do it. Not only will it teach you how to do that, but now you're gonna have real data that you can measure and share. Who is learning? Whose metrics are going up? You tie them together. Encouraging the front line. You're gonna see noticeable behaviors. If you don't have the time to stand next to someone, teach them, show them, and model the behavior, at the very least, they will have a playbook and recipes that will teach them how to do that to change behaviors. And they will see immediate results. And how do you help your company grow? Well, the more and more people know how to do it and why they should be doing it and who's having success, they're gonna begin to set their own targets. You know, calling back one customer a week is just not gonna cut it. Having a response rate of 5 or 10% is not gonna cut it. Not having enough people in my platform that we're gonna reach out to and get great feedback from is not gonna cut it. They are going to be motivated and you will begin to see those behaviors change. All right, this is just Cary up here spewing this off, and sure, it sounds great. Can you prove it? Well, we are a company that proves stuff with data, and we like that. So let me go through a couple of things. And this comes right out of our B2B benchmark report, which I love. So looking at companies that actually have one single contact per account versus multiple contacts per account. What does this mean? I have a relationship with a company. I could have just one person in it. I might be looking at about a retention rate of, around 50%. I can get multiple people from that company and my retention rate goes up immediately to 68. I hope that silence is a wow, because an 18% increase in retention is huge. This is real data, real customers. We didn't make this up. This is not research. This is real data that we pulled, and we saw that number. It's in the playbook, step by step on how to accomplish this. Let's talk about ACT. We talk about ACT all the time. So this one's really cool because you look at it. If you are closing the loop with no one, 77%. What happens when you go up to 80%? Well, if you do some, but what if you do it with everyone is 85? That's pretty good. If my math is right, I just gave you 8 more points in retention. Your sales team's gonna love me, guys. your CFO's gonna fall in love with me, but it's in the playbook. What about growing over time? This is a big deal because what we look at here is, and it's on top, average account experience points increase versus non-account experience. When you use our playbook, when you use our recipes, when your team is bought in, you can see the difference of growth. You might still be having success because you're doing something. I applaud you. Do something and see the increase. But look at the difference when you buy into our program with account experience and using our playbooks. You can see the growth over time. It's significant. Just in the last couple of months, and I'll be honest, we had a real soft landing on this. We opened up the playbooks and put them on our website about 3 months ago. We've already seen more than 20 companies, but we saw 20 companies already have an impact on their program. We looked at the data before they started and after they had already started touching the playbooks and their team started using them. Out of those 20 companies, we saw a 19-point increase in Net Promoter and an 8% increase in response rate, just from those companies alone who touched our playbook. How would you feel to go back to your organization and be able to offer them an 8% increase in just responses, 19 in Net Promoter? And I'm not even going into the other metrics as far as close the loop, growth, revenue. It all comes. And that came from not even us telling anyone to do anything. They went in out of curiosity, they clicked around, they answered some assessments, and they got recipes that taught them how to do it step by step by step. So, don't believe me, love me, hate me. I'm not making you put a band together again. But what I am asking you guys to do, take a look at the booth. We have it running on every laptop, every computer. We're happy to give you a demo on it and kind of show you how it works. But I think one of my challenges is being in your seats when I first started was, how can I make a significant impact on my company? That's where I started. You know, I have felt after a number of years of no one listening, no one wanting to invest, not knowing where to start, I felt like I was desperate. I'll take one person who will just do one thing. All the monetizes were great. I went back with a ton of notes. And I'm a pain in the ass. I really am. I will go into everyone's office. I will champion things at the highest level. I don't care. I will send reports out that piss everyone in the company off just to get some attention. I am that guy, right? But I also will deliver how we can change that and make that better. That's what our playbooks will do for you. That's why I'm super excited about sharing them with you. And I'm really excited that each of you guys get to go back and take a look at a few of those no matter what. So we're going to open those up and offer those up to all of you guys in there too after Monetize. So you guys will have a few examples. Apply them. Use us. Don't use us. Use the recipes though. I'm sure you'll see great results. Just want to make sure. Okay. You've seen this a million times. But I'm going to pause here for any questions or anything around that or program management. What can I answer for you guys? Well, first, Cary, really good. I'll hand Adam my microphone.
I just got one, Cary. And I think this is relevant because everyone's been saying, hey, can we see the presentations? But I'm guessing the right place to see the presentations from today, where would people find it, Cary?
In the Academy.
And everyone, and who's got access to it?
Everyone in this room for sure, but everyone has access to our Academy. We don't hold that. It's there for everyone.
That's great. Thank you so much for that.
Do we have a, oh, Dave will run one over for you.
How many times have you changed your t-shirt since morning?
I am the hype man, so I think I'm on t-shirt number 4, 3. We'll check the video footage and I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, I try to create a little bit of excitement around that. And, you know, it's a great segue too when we talk about bringing your team along and doing wonderful things. I don't know if you guys all realize how many people went into making these couple of days happen. If any of you have ever thrown an event on your own, but it is a great analogy of running a program and running a company. A lot of people came together, but you need a couple of captains out there doing that. And you take a look at someone like Taylor, who you guys met, and Madison, who worked on the designs, and the images that you see. It made this room look beautiful. You talk to somebody like Sabrina and Ben, who've been reaching out with messaging, but also talking to our speakers and getting set up for this. We really wanted to tell a story that was valuable to you guys to take back. Yes, it will be in the Academy, but really it took an entire village, and you had all the experts that are out here working with you guys and sharing. So yeah, I think 3 is the answer to that question. I'll probably have a 4th one on tonight. Okay. Any other questions around playbooks, Academy, education?
Got one here.
Oh, okay.
It's wonderful that you've got all the playbooks in one place. Just a question about how would you actually share them in the organization? Is it better to get individuals to read them on their own? Would you present them to an organization? Just curious about how you'd get to share that broader back in the company that we all go back into.
We believe here in transparency and giving people power. We believe if you have access to CustomerGauge platform, you're empowered to see how you're performing, how the company's doing, and to be able to take action. We don't believe in blocking anyone from having access to our platform. So my ultimate answer is, as long as everyone has access to a platform, they're one click away from getting to the Academy. Now, there's some people who think they don't need it. It's a shame. You know, for a few extra dollars, you're going to be able to put more people in here and drive more success. If you've only got 4, 5, 10 people in your platform of a company of hundreds, thousands, whatever the number might be, you are missing a huge opportunity. We empower the entire team. Don't sell yourself short, guys. Programs don't work if only 4 people are running it. So my answer to you is give them access, turn it on. Now, we've got some examples here. Intuitive Health, I mean, they gave it to every single one of their branches, everyone. They just went out and bought an academy that people can live in and educate and track. So that's my message, get it out there. You can also expand on that. You can always go a step further. You can always have a workshop, have one of us come in and speak. Sure, we can do that. But the talk only lasts for a day, a week at best. This is at their fingertips every single time they pop in, and we direct the message towards what role you have. So someone on the front line is going to see a recipe that speaks to their responsibility and what they do, how to chase down a customer or to react to closing the loop, where a CEO logs in, and he's going to get she's going to get a more strategic approach to their business based on data and drivers. So we've really designed this a lot like we run our platform. We focus on all the different levels and roles within an organization to give them the right things at their fingertips. We learned something also last couple of years. It's been harder to travel, right? Things happen. We don't have the budgets anymore, too. It's hard to be here. We appreciate that you're here, but learning in place has become a real thing. And then hybrid also, learn in place, get together. We see more and more people adopting education and training like this. So we're seeing a lot of upswing and success to that.